Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. I'm not sure that the dating apps are for you or for me. I'm pretty sure they're not for me actually. And I have some reasons why I think that maybe your time would be better spent elsewhere. There's some kind of checkpoints I was thinking about to determine whether the dating apps are likely to work in our favor. If you think that's at all interesting, I hope you will stick around. If you're new here, I'm Carey. I'm a dating coach and a matchmaker in the Chicago area. And I always have thoughts based on conversations with clients and with people I am getting to know for matching with clients. Okay, dating apps. Maybe they're not ideal for you. Maybe they're not ideal for me. Let's talk about it. So what's up? So I guess I was thinking, who are the dating apps for? Who should be using the dating apps? And what is the criteria that would determine a successful event coming from the dating app? I think here are some of the questions I think we need to ask ourselves to determine whether we're putting our time to good use on Hinge and Bumble and Tinder and Plenty of Fish. Number one, do you look really good on paper? When you're creating a profile, does that sound really impressive in the way you want it to sound, or do you feel like you need to be there in person to explain some of these things, right? That it requires a conversation. I can't just write down who I am and expect you to like this person. I may have to explain why and how this came about in order for you to understand and feel that I'm as awesome as I am. If that's your situation, maybe the dating apps aren't for you. Do you come across great in photos, or do you feel you truly need to be seen in real life, in 4D, to present as your best self? Some people are great on video. Some people are really come across looking like themselves in photographs. They're very photogenic. Other people look nothing like themselves in either of these two other mediums, but in person they would be truly themselves and you would love to meet them. Maybe first you need to determine whether you like yourself in photos and or video, because I know some of the apps are doing video now. I know at least video comes after the pictures and a conversation on the dating apps if you're one of my clients, because I recommend video chats prior to in-person dating. And these days with COVID, we're doing a lot of video dates even as the first date. So does video work for you, or do you need to be 4D in person to come across as your true self? Something to ask yourself. I mean, keep in mind, there are other ways still to meet people besides dating apps. So maybe we should talk about that for a second. What are the ways? I'm sure I have a video. I will link to it right up here. But I'll just remind you that if you have special interests, there are classes you can take so that whether you connect with someone or not, you're at least doing something you enjoy or learning a skill that you've wanted to. There are nights out with your girlfriends. There are meetup groups. You can even meet people at stores. I've got a whole list of places that the guys are looking to meet you where they think women are hanging out. So I'll put some of those at the end of the episode. There will be some of the links to those videos. You can check those out, but plenty of places, if in person is your jam, plenty of places to still meet people as long as you're willing to put your phone down and look for them. That's kind of sort of key. There are people out there looking to meet people just like you. And if in person is a better mode for you and that's where you excel, then that's exactly what you should be doing. I want to give you a brief example before I set you free of why the dating app might not be great for me. And to make the comparison, I will use my daughter as the counterpart to my experience. So she was in her late 20s. She is young. She's beautiful. She's now married. She found him on a dating app. But she was connecting with so many people on 2 different dating apps, and she was having 3, 4, 5 dates a week because first of all, she was, as I mentioned, young and beautiful and outgoing and witty, and she was in the city, in the main hub of where everybody was, tons of people around, tons of men her age within a 5-mile radius. So when she turned the apps on, there was so much to choose from with guys of all different ages, interests, and put it this way, she could have thrown rocks out of her window and she would have hit eligible bachelors. Was it that easy for her? Absolutely not. She dated a ton before she found the guy that she fell in love with and married just a few months ago. And now let's flip the tables and think about me, her mother, who was living 50 miles outside Chicago, who was in her 50s, 50 seems to be a trend here, who was not surrounded by tons of eligible people because I'm surrounded by tons of families, tons of married people. I could throw rocks out and I'd be hitting some poor kid in the head. That struck me so funny. No, I could throw rocks out the windows the same way. I would not be hitting eligible bachelors, for sure. I remember warning her when she was going out 3 and 4 nights a week at around dinner time to be careful that she not be eating too much sushi. I didn't want her worrying about her mercury levels. I haven't had sushi in years. No, I'm kidding. I haven't had sushi, but with family. Point is that age, location, age and location, those are 2 big ones. No, but seriously, age and location play a really big part. You have to be in an area where there are singles, and you have to be in an area where people are more densely together to get that many options. If you live very rural, obviously you're not going to have the same selection as she did in the middle of Chicago, downtown Chicago, or that I would in the suburbs. So rural might be more of a challenge, and I think in that situation you may have to take every advantage you have, which would be social things, going into the city for classes, and probably using the apps, but broadening your horizons and your parameters for distance as well. Those are some things to keep in mind as to whether the dating apps are for you, will work for you. I mean, they're all worth a shot, right? Any way that there's a possibility we could meet somebody special, connect with someone special, get to know somebody, even make a friend is a positive experience. So watch some of my episodes on where to meet people and how to best use the dating apps. And let me know down in the comments section how that's all working out for you. If you have any questions, put them down there and I would be happy to answer those questions or create a whole episode to answer your question. I appreciate you stopping by today, and I would love for you to subscribe, hit that ring bell so you're notified every time I upload a new episode. I'll look forward to seeing you back here again soon, and until then, have a good one.